Hi, I'm Kate, and I'm currently being held car hostage by a sleeping baby who will wake up if we go anywhere. So I thought I would sit here and have a think about this breastfeeding thing. I have two children. One is 6 months and I'm very much still breastfeeding her, and the other is 2.5. And I breastfed him also. A few things that helped me on my breastfeeding journey are jelly babies, nipple cream, coffee, plenty of coffee, the odd gin and tonic. But seriously, so I think the main thing along the whole way, but certainly the first time round, was being open-minded. So not setting myself specific goals. Just thinking, well, okay, we'll give this a go. I really want to do it. I know it's the best thing for me and my baby, but we might not be able to, so let's just see how we get on. And then once we were on our not problem-free journey, I aimed for 6 months and then actually ended up feeding him until he was 2. So I think that had I set that as a target at the beginning, it would have seemed overwhelming and possibly not even achievable. So I think that being open-minded is really important. But equally, as much as being laid back is good, I think being determined has really helped me too. I really wanted to breastfeed deep down, and I'm pretty stubborn, so I think that has definitely kept me going. We didn't have an easy ride the first time round, and that has helped me too. And having a partner that's on board and a partner that knows how determined and stubborn I can be has definitely been crucial. So knowing that he knows that it's the best thing and that he will back me up is really important to me. I think, is there anything else that has helped me? I think this time round I've been even more laid back, not in terms of not setting targets, but actually just going with the flow, and focusing on survival with 2 children. I don't think I have ever timed a feed with this baby. I'm not even sure if I've ever looked at the clock very much, except to wonder what on earth the time is when we've woken up in the night again. So I think I've really just gone with the flow much more this time round and trusted my body and its ability to feed my baby, trusted my baby and her ability to ask my body for what she needs, and done a lot of bed sharing that has kept us sane. That has really helped this time round. Okay, so let's go for what I wish I'd known from the start. I think the first time round, what a tool breastfeeding is, that's really important. The fact that babies can feed for things other than hunger. You know, that Joe would and Grace feeds for because they're tired, because they're hungry, because they're overstimulated, because they're in pain. Realizing that earlier on may have helped me to understand the process a little bit more the first time around and analyse it less. I think it's easy to overthink things and think, oh God, you can't be hungry again. But actually, no, he wasn't. He was wanting comfort, and he was, he just wanted to be next to me. I think it's important to understand that breastfeeding is the ultimate comfort to babies, and they therefore want it for lots and lots of different reasons. The second time round, I think it would have helped me in retrospect, although it's only been 6 months. I think I appreciated that different babies can feed differently, but I didn't appreciate quite how different babies can feed. My son his feeds were epic. He would feed and feed and feed and feed and feed. But actually, my daughter has always been, she doesn't linger. She's always been very efficient and, right from the start would have quite short feeds. And although it was something I expected to a certain extent, I didn't really anticipate quite how differently she would feed. So I think that's been a marked kind of difference between the two. Maybe it's a girl thing because she's a woman, she's more efficient. Overall, I think that I wish from the start I knew that it wouldn't always be this idyllic experience. I think expecting it to be this wonderful, perfect, idyllic thing puts a lot of pressure on unnecessarily. It's not always idyllic, but that's okay. It's still amazing and wonderful and just unique. There are plenty of idyllic parts. I could go on and on and on about how the noises that they make when they feed and the uniqueness of it, the closeness, the tenderness, the knowledge that you're giving your baby protection from this cold that you have, or it's endless, the wonderful idyllic parts of it. But generally it's not picture perfect. We didn't have an easy ride with my son. We had every complication under the sun, and it wasn't easy, but it was still fantastic. I didn't continue to breastfeed until he was 2 because I hated it. So that, there were plenty of positives. My daughter is a typical 6-month-old at the moment. She is very distractible. It's difficult to get her to feed for longer than 1 minute because she's just so busy with the world. And she tends to have a little nibble now and again because she's teething at the moment. But that's okay, that's just part of it. And I think it's really, really important to remember that, as with all things parenting related and children related, it's just a phase. It passes, and before you know it, you're on to the next thing. So the whole time you've got this knowledge in the background, this trust that it is just the best gift that you can give them, and the best that you can receive. Yay, breastfeeding!